I left Ghana and I went to Grenada. Grenada was supposed to be a safe haven. I went to Grenada for healing, but little did I know that the Airbnb I booked was just steps away from the scene of an unaliving of a young woman. But let me tell you why I was there in the first place. Ghana was going good. Things were just starting to align. I was meeting new people, going to different places, just, broadening my horizons and expanding my network. Things were going well. And I was excited about what was to come. The thing about a relocation journey is that life doesn't stop for the people that you leave behind until it does. I got a dreaded phone call after just returning to Ghana. Did you think I was going to stay in the UK in October, in the winter? Unfortunately, that phone call revealed to me that my nephew, my sister's son, had been unalived due to knife crime in London. I didn't rush to leave Ghana. I actually stayed for a while. I missed the night.
And today, under the sound of my voice, every youth that I pray for today, I cancel the spirit of death. I bind it up. The spirit of premature death that is taking out our black sons.
Candlelight visuals and family events and gatherings just, in preparation for the funeral, as well as, of course, parts of the investigation, correspondence with the police. To me, it seemed pointless to rush back because there was nothing that I could do to bring him back. And honestly, I was scared of what I was walking into and if I could handle it. Being in Ghana, I was able to mask my pain. But when I got to England, everything changed and I crumbled. I stayed in England for 5 months, prepared for the funeral, had the funeral. I even read the eulogy. After the funeral, things seemed to get harder to accept. Feels crazy washing his last dishes. I spent a lot of time working. I needed to work to keep my mind active and not thinking about the pain that was lingering in my heart. And honestly, that pain is a pain that I had never experienced before. It wasn't only emotional, but it was a physical pain too. I started to develop back some bad habits that I was letting go of, like overeating and just here in Ghana, I felt like I was finding myself and becoming a greater version of myself, but in England, through all that pain, any glow that I gained in Ghana just faded away. Grief was very, very ugly on me.
Like, what is this?
I wasn't nice to be around, and in all honesty, I decided to isolate myself from a lot of people because I just didn't know how to be. I wasn't ready to go back to Ghana. I felt like I needed to go somewhere that was closer to home. Now, don't get me wrong, I understand that the motherland is the root, but I am Caribbean. After spending so much time with family and isolating myself from friends, I wanted to go to an unfamiliar territory, meaning that I chose not to go back to Jamaica and I chose Grenada. A bit of a middle ground for me. And it was healing. It was a magnificent place. Like, Grenada was the most beautiful place that I had laid eyes on. So green and lush, ripe with vegetation everywhere. The sea surrounding the whole place and it's mountainous. I felt like I was experiencing a slice of heaven with all the hell that I was going through internally. Grenada was beautiful. I spent my time sightseeing. And one thing that I can say about losing someone in such a violent and unexpected way is that for me, I let go of a lot of fears. It wasn't really planned. I went with a family friend, and it was the retreat that I needed, the ability to reconnect with nature, to ground myself. And in all honesty, I didn't want to go back to England. Didn't really want to go back to Ghana because like, what am I going to do? You know? All the plans that I had and the vigor that I had, the enthusiasm for things that I was doing, it was lost, you know? Hence why I stopped posting on YouTube. And I kind of just wanted to escape. It's crazy because when I was in Grenada, it's like the surroundings were beautiful, but everything that was inside of me, all that ugliness, that sadness, that bitterness that I was holding in, came fully fledged to the surface. My skin flared up in a rash. I had allergies, so my eyes were always red. And yet, people just accepted me, and I was able to just enjoy and to laugh and to feel no way about my appearance and the brokenness that I was carrying. I will forever be grateful for Grenada. The craziest thing though is that this journey, this time in Grenada revealed to me something that I wasn't expecting. After spending time in that beautiful Airbnb surrounded by vegetation and just like the Caribbean is just a different vibe. It's beautiful. After spending all that time there, literally 2 days before I was supposed to leave, my family friend, she's a Grenadian, as we was walking down the lane, she saw one of her friends from Grenada and they caught up. And this was in the evening time, so they spent some time on our veranda. I'm sitting in the bedroom. My bedroom was at the front of the house, so I could hear the conversation on the veranda very clearly. And this friend told her that our Airbnb was only steps away from the crime scene of a vicious attack and unaliving of a young woman in that community, which happened maybe a week before we arrived. And I was just like, this is crazy. Like, how bizarre is it that I chose this Airbnb as my retreat space to get away from all the pain that was lingering on to get away from all the pain and the trauma that I was experiencing, being back in the UK, you know, being surrounded by my family that were also in so much pain that I felt like it was adding to my own. And then I came to this place in Grenada that something similar had just happened. If that friend never said it, I would have never known it. Like, the crime scene from where the space that I was living in was literally steps away. Like, he pointed to it, where I went to go and collect mangoes and cocoa off the trees, like days before, continuously. Literally, I could look out my window and see where it happened. But what it taught me was that beauty can exist in the midst of pain. Because in all honesty, I was battling, you know, losing my nephew, someone that I had helped to nurture and that I had gone through an emotional roller coaster with for so many years because of the things that he got caught up in this London drill scene, and just doing my best to try and guide him in the right direction, and then finally being able to have a kumbaya and taking a breath, seeing him mature and stop the buffoonery in a way. He didn't stop the music. It just went to show me, by being in this space in Grenada, that beauty can exist in the midst of pain and trauma. Like, Grenada is a very small island. Most of the population know each other. So this community that I was staying in was deeply affected by what had happened with this young person, 22 years old. My nephew was 21. Yet they were able to smile. They were able to laugh. The kids would still just be enjoying themselves, skipping in the street and singing their songs and dancing. People still continued to plant seeds and to reap their harvests. So Grenada taught me. So yeah, I'm back in Ghana. There was a moment where I thought I wouldn't come back because all of the ideas that I may have had in the beginning of what I wanted to do kind of came crumbling down. And I'm literally feel like I'm coming back from a space of zero again. But here I am, here to rebuild myself. That's all I can say. I'm here to rebuild myself. When I came here, I thought I was coming to Ghana to build something. But now I'm here in Ghana and I'm realizing that it's me that needs the building. So I'm back and I will have more videos for you soon. Thank you for watching. I hope you like, comment, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Let me know if you would like a video to tell you a bit more about my experience in Grenada. I really loved that place. It was good to me. It just goes to show that everywhere in the world has its problems, right? You cannot run away from them. Everywhere has its ups and its downs, its dark sides. I am Adanish. This is our Alkhemi. Peace on the increase.
Pain, yeah, grief. If you don't transform it, it can turn you into the walking dead. You have to transform pain into purpose.